Okay, so one of the questions I get asked all the time is what FPV gear do you take on shoots? Now today I'm going to show you everything that I pack, how I pack it, and yeah, basically just break down everything for you guys. So first of all, probably one of the most important things is the actual case that I'm using. I used to chuck everything into a standard suitcase, which actually got me stopped at airport security for how badly packed it was. So this is the GUTEK T-300, and I pretty much pack everything in this case. So we're gonna head over to the workbench behind me and I'll show you how I pack everything and keep it organized on shoots. Okay, so we're over here at the workbench, and yeah, we're pretty much going to start from over here, and we're just going to pack everything into this case, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So we're rocking the Goggles 3 from DJI. I did have the V2s, which are also on there, but yeah, Goggles 3, obviously compatible with the O4 Air unit now. That's the first thing going in the case. We have probably one of my favorite drones, which is the iFlight Nazgul Evoke F5. Now this is a dead cat frame as well, so for cinematic flying. And this literally just sits at the bottom of my case. And I actually keep the props on because it's just so much easier when I actually get to location. I don't have to faff around with all that. And it's really well protected by this foam piece that I literally just put on top. And then another foam piece with some cutout slots that just sits on top as well, which perfectly fits the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So drone number 2 is already in the case. It literally just fits perfectly in its foam padding. We have the backup batteries as well that just goes in the case like so. And then action cameras as well. I'm actually still rocking the GoPro Hero 11 Black. I've just not felt the need to basically upgrade, and yeah, it does completely fine for social media and YouTube and bits like that. So that sits perfectly protected in there. And then yeah, just removing some more foam padding, because up next we actually have the GAP RC Cinelog 25 V2. So this is still running an O3 Air unit, but it also has the GoPro Hero 11 naked on it, so that's all stripped down. So yeah, this is my go-to drone for indoor flying basically, and I've actually got this cool cutout piece, so it perfectly protects the naked 11, just so I don't have to unscrew it each time, and yeah, just like travel friendly really. So pretty cool how it just slots in like that, and then again just sits at the bottom of my case with another foam piece on top, because the next thing that's going in the case is basically the controller that actually flies all these drones, well, apart from the Mini 4 Pro, but the TBS Tango 2 Pro. So these are the ones with folding sticks. I've upgraded them to the Pyro CNC gimbals, so they're a bit smoother, but basically I'll fold in the sticks. So as you can see, the sticks are folded in, and the antenna actually folds down as well. So it's probably just one of my favorite controllers for traveling. It's compact, it's powerful, and again, just fits in nicely above the Cinelog as well, which is cool. Again, moving on to more controllers, we have the DJI RC2. So yeah, this is the DJI RC2 remote, obviously that I use with the Mini 4 Pro, and that just perfectly slots down the side here, nicely protected by the dividers. So one of my actual favorite features about this case is how customized you can actually make it to your own gear. You get provided a tool which you can easily basically cut these dividers, so you just pick which slot you want it, and yeah, it basically means that you can cut these kind of divider sections exactly how you want them to fit in your case, which is absolutely perfect. And then also the foam padding that you'll see in the video, it has kind of like these square cubes that you can see. And the way that I molded them was literally just kind of measuring up the actual piece that I wanted to protect, and then just basically ripping out kind of like an actual shape or a hole that you basically just pull out, and you can easily strip them out to fit any equipment that you need really. Right there, we've already got 3 drones, 2 remotes, goggles, action cameras. It's already like jam-packed, and there's still quite a lot of room left in this case, which is really cool. So next up, these ND filters from K&F Concept. Basically just a 8, a 16, and a 32. I never need to go higher than that, mainly because I shoot in 25 or 30 FPS. I don't really do that much slow motion, so I don't really need a higher ND filter, which just slot in the back. We also can't forget ND filters for the 04 Air Unit Pro. So these are just from iFlight. Again, ND 8, 16, and 32, and the UV filter actually as well, which is cool. So again, they just slot into the back with the other ND filters, and also don't forget ND filters for the Mini 4 Pro. So yeah, that's a lot of ND filters. We've got them for the GoPro, we've got them for the 04 Air Unit, and we've got them for the Mini 4 Pro, but they are literally essential. Next up, this is what I keep all my micro SD cards in. It's from GUTEK as well. It's the TMCC1, and this is so important. So I actually basically carry a load of micro SD cards with me. So after every like 1 or 2 flights, I actually swap out the micro SD cards in my drones, just in case anything happens. I haven't lost all the footage for the day, which is, yeah, I can't stress how important this is. I just buy like 64GB ones, so either the SanDisk ones or the Samsung ones, whichever on offer. Both are really good. Yeah, basically that just slots in as well next to the goggles. And then you'll notice, obviously, I've got all these zipped kind of like pockets at the top of the lid, which is super useful. Now I keep kind of like spare parts and prop tools in here. So this little tool from iFlight helps me tighten the bolts onto the propellers, and this tool actually helps me grab the, I guess, the bells or the motors and actually properly make sure that they're tightened, because I have had a few situations where it's not properly tightened, and yeah, just these two are key. So they just slot in the pouches, and then in the other pouches I'm just running a load of spare props. So yeah, basically in here we've got the 3 drones, controllers, loads of ND filters, spare props, tools, antennas, action cameras, memory cards, basically everything that fits in there. The case actually has a cool motion sensor light that actually comes on when you open the case, or you can press the top button and it'll actually turn on for like 5 minutes or so. If you are working in the dark, you can just kind of see what's going on. That just magnetically clips at the top of the case. So yeah, really cool feature by GUTEK there. And then yeah, obviously that's pretty much everything in the case. We lock it down. This is so solid as well, which is really good, and the dimensions fit perfectly for most airlines as well. Really strong bolts that just clip down there, and then it's got wheels as well, so super handy to wheel around the airport or when you're traveling. Got a carry handle at the top, so press this button, pull that up, and you've got your handle hidden in the back. So yeah, really smart case by GUTEK. Yeah, that's basically everything packed inside this case. This is what I take on kind of like shoots, traveling, trips, stuff like that. I do also have obviously the Chimera and the Cine LR7. Now you can see they are pretty big, and these are actually what I strap to the back of my actual backpack and stuff like that. So yeah, they actually sit on the outside, I guess you could say. And then obviously you're wondering, how do I fly these without batteries? Well, I carry those separately as well in kind of like a, I guess, protective case. So I'm using 6S lipos from Tattoo. Now this is a 1480 milliamp one, and this is a 1300 milliamp one, and they are primarily for my Nazgul Evoke drone. So any kind of like 5-inch drone, I'll be using batteries like that. For my Chimera and long range Cine drone from iFlight, I actually use the full send 3300 milliamp ones. Really good. And then finally for the little Cinelog 25 V2, I use 850 milliamp 4S lipos. So yeah, as I say, perfect weights for all the drones, and yeah, just keep them in the storage and carry them alongside me. And finally we have a HOTA D6 Pro charger and an ISDT cell checker, so I know if batteries are charged or discharged. So yeah, that's pretty much all my FPV gear and equipment I take on shoots and also when I travel. If you thought that the case looks super useful, you can check out the links in the description Also, let me know if I actually missed anything, or if there's anything that you thought I had that you want to know a bit more information on. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to let me know in the comments, and there'll be a lot more on the way soon. Cheers for watching.